Now, this is so impressive if you've got a dinner party or something like that, but very, very easy. So I'm going to show you exactly what to do. So we have these gorgeous eggplants or aubergines. So what we're going to do is just split them in half. Just like that, just cut a nice sharp knife. And a bit like you would do it with a mango, make sure that you have a nice layer, nice border. And I want you to just cube it. That's just going to make getting the guts of it out, the meat.
Oh, there we go.
The meat and the flesh of the eggplant.
Scoop out the guts.
It's going to scoop that one out because we're going to use that. We want no wastage here. We've got a lot of mouths to feed. So what we're going to do is we have a lovely thing like that. We're just going to scoop it out. If you've been going to the gym, this will be a little bit easier. Just there. Just like that on there. Now, I have the oven just on 200, and we're going to bake this until they become a little bit harder so that they can hold all of that gorgeous stuffing that we're going to put in there. So I've got some good extra virgin olive oil, and what we're going to do with each of them, we're just going to baste them a little bit of olive oil there. We're going to have some really lovely Murray River salt flakes on that. That really is going to love it. It's already soaking it up, I can see. And then some lovely antioxidant-rich black pepper. So we're going to carry on and just keep doing this until we've done it all. Plop that in the oven and I'll come back to do the stuffing. Now, while that's nicely baking in there, we obviously got to stuff it. We need some stuffing. So if you could just chop those onion and that garlic in there, the best base. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to reuse that flesh and I'm going to season it. But first of all, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to heat a little bit of vegetable broth. So I've got some gorgeous umami broth here. I'm just going to bring that up to a boil because I like to soak my couscous in broth because it just gives it that little bit more of a fragrance in the taste. So I've got some very good extra virgin olive oil. Nice. Just plop it in there. And while I'm just mixing that one, could you just mix that one just a little bit into bite-sized pieces? That would be absolutely brilliant.
Nice, there we go.
Yeah, we're just going to chop that one up. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to bring my little bowl over here. So while you're chopping that up, I'm just going to have a cup of couscous. Now, you can use bulgur wheat as well, or you can actually use anything. You use rice, anything like that. So just a very simple thing with couscous. 1 cup of the grain to 1 cup of the broth or the water, OK? And you can simply just put a little plate over it, and that will nicely just fluff it up with a little bit of olive oil or butter or melted butter or anything like that. Is lovely.
Now, I'm going to wash my hands after this because they're going to have that bitterness all over it. Yeah, yeah.
And it is, and we actually want to take away a little bit of that bitterness. Like eggplant, we don't really want to eat that raw. When it cooks up, it does get a little bit more easier on the palate. But to help that out as well, I have a little bit of ground down coriander. Nice. And then I have a little bit of ground cumin as well, which is going to give it that kind of lovely Middle Eastern aroma and taste. Also have a bit of lemon rind as well, which I'm just going to add onto that one there.
That's really good.
And then what I'd love you to do is just chop up that mint. So I want about 1 tablespoon of mint as well. So it is these divine flavours like mint, like cumin, like pomegranate that make it, you know, iconically Middle Eastern. So we want to make sure that we do get them in our dish. So all we've got to do now is wait for that umami broth to come in, get this one soaking, add the mint, the pomegranate, and we'll be ready to stuff our oven. That is cooked down beautifully, so I'm going to add the couscous. And while I'm doing that, could you just get the eggplant slices out of the oven? I'm just going to add this gorgeous couscous full of that lovely broth. In there we go. We're going to mix this around.
It's amazing how the flesh really cooks down in the eggplant. It becomes nice and thin, doesn't it? This is going to be nice and crispy, isn't it?
I know. So what we do, we just mix that a little bit. So if you bring that over here, what we'll do...
Slide that on.
That's the one. So we'll just start stuffing it there. So we'll get 2 of them on that plate for us. Look at that. That is lovely. Oh. There we go.
Very good driving with that spoon. Yeah. I thought it was going to fall over everywhere.
No, don't you worry about that. So now, of course, it is all about the toppers with me as well. Look at that, top and tailing. OK, so we have some lovely tahini to drizzle on here as well. Just made of sesame seeds, this one, so full of lovely magnesium amongst a bunch of other things. So you can plop that Greek yogurt on there as well. Now, of course, you can dress it in however way that you want, but we want to kind of go quite classic to the Middle Eastern here as well. Can make it look lovely as well. We've got a bit of slivered almonds just on there. Slivered almonds. I'm going to add some beautiful olive oil. Now, of course, what you can do as well is add some of that lovely mint. And I am just going to, that's it, sorry for reaching over you there. And what I am going to do is just put a few more pommies on there. Now, if you have pomegranate molasses or anything like that, you can do that too.
I would love that. It'd make it nice and sweet.
I know.
How's that looking for you?
I think it looks beautiful.
There we go.
But let's have a little taste of that filling and a little bit of that skin as well. Let's go.
Into this filling. I like the couscous. I like what you've done with it with the eggplant. Nice and simple. Beautiful.
It's really nice.
It's got a lovely flavour to it. It's not overcooked. It's still got its texture to it, but it's not bitter. It's beautiful.
That eggplant is really, really nice. You can taste that in between the couscous that's lovely and soaked up that broth. All those flavours are delicious. I really like the little flecks of mint in there too. I could happily eat that as a main course. I would be really, really, really happy.
It's a nice, pretty dish. Great way to use eggplant. Simple, clean, lots of flavour to it. Definitely a Middle Eastern dish.